Good afternoon and welcome to the Convocation Center. The Nighthawk Sports Network on the air. Coverage of the UNG Nighthawk Classic is underway. Craig Corbin, Lee Glenn, the Nighthawk Sports Network team, and day number 2 of the Nighthawk Classic, and we have already seen some great basketball.
Yeah, day number 2 in a Classic is when you really find out a team's mettle. Not that the opponent on the first night is any less formidable than the second one, but it's very rare in a basketball season, really only in the first half of the season that you're having to, or first portion of the season where you're having to go back-to-back. So you play a late afternoon game on a Friday, an early afternoon game on a Saturday. So you really find out what a team's made of. In games like this, short turn, you've got less time to prepare, less scout time. And unfortunately for the Nighthawks, we're running into a really good buzzsaw team tonight in Tusculum.
Red hot at 4-0, and 2 decisions earlier this season that sort of caught our eyes as we prepared was a 31-point win over Clayton State, plus what they did yesterday in day number 1 of the Classic.
Yeah, that was thorough yesterday against Georgia College, and Georgia College team that beat Chowan, the same team that kind of fought with us for 3 good quarters last night. So this is exactly, Coach Burson scheduled teams like this for a reason. This is the caliber type team that you will see at the NCAA championship style level, and she does it for a reason. You know, so we've had Carson Newman come into our building the last 2 years in a tournament format like this. So this team in Tusculum warming up here in front of us looks like a high-level kind of team. They've got a lot of height, a lot of width, and the ball looks good coming off a lot of their hands. So I'm interested to see not only how good they are, but number 2, we've played some good opponents this year as well. Although their conference, our tip-off challenge necessarily didn't test our mettle, we have tipped it up against South Carolina. Right. And so it's going to be interesting to see if we can use any of that experience today. Not that Tusculum is South Carolina. I'm not making that analogy. But this game, this style of a game that kind of could go either way, a team that's going to win a bunch of basketball games, this is the first one of those games we've had this year.
Would you characterize this matchup as one of those non-conference games that you can test yourself against a postseason quality opponent?
And it's one of those games, too, and this is the hard part with scheduling great games like this in November, is this game, potentially, you never know what's going to happen moving forward, but this game could have tons of implications moving down the road because the SAC, the conference that they're from, has good basketball in it. Wingate, Carson Newman, LR, teams like that. So what would a win over Tusculum do for us? And then they go on down the road with regional implications and do well in the SAC. So this is a game that it's odd. It's a Sunday afternoon. It's a fall football 3:30 afternoon kickoff. There's just a lot of moving parts to it. It's beautiful weather outside, but all that stuff you've got to put aside and know that the next 40 minutes are going to be extremely important, not only for the character development of our young ladies, but potentially having long-term implications down the road.
Let's talk about the character development that went on last night in the ball game versus Chowan that saw the Nighthawks blister the opponents in the first quarter, and then things changed radically in the second and third stanzas of that ball game.
And moving even a step further, we showed our composure in the fourth. Chowan, to me, looked a whole lot like a team we'll see in the Peach Belt. They were a very Peach Belt style team. Good in pressure situations, good in transition, and last night was their first game. So it took them a while to kind of wet the whistle, so to speak, and we took advantage of it because I believe, what was our biggest lead? 26
points.
You know, and we needed all of them. So it's, you know, what I take away, and I haven't talked to Coach Burson, but what I take away from last night is regardless of who the opponent is, our girls need to learn to keep their foot on the gas. I will say that early in the first quarter, we were hitting some shots that we might not make at a high level moving forward, and Chowan was missing on a ton of shots. And then when those two things evened out and we played a little bit more to the averages, they made us tense up a little bit. They made us have to worry on possessions, and that's at this point at this juncture in the year, that is only a good thing.
Without question, one of the players that were very instrumental in getting the Nighthawks out of the blocks well last night, Faith Arthur, who hit a lot of those perimeter shots that you talked about, but also showed the ability to get to the basket.
Yeah, Faith is, I've talked to a couple people coming into the building today, and everybody said that Faith Arthur is the big surprise. And as we talked about yesterday in our show, we lost 3 big cogs in last year's team. And but there's a handful of girls that could really slide into those roles. And Faith Arthur is one of those girls. She has a wide length, a very good wingspan, can play around the rim. She's like a Amber Schedule or Vanessa Agruza. She's a big guard, really, at the end of the day. I know we list her as a forward, but she's really a big guard. And she's got unbelievable passing skills. So I think that she's someone that's going to have to, although she didn't get the experience doing this last year, she's got to learn to weather the load a little bit and carry that load. So, but she's got some good parts around her, Kyra Davis and a newcomer, and Abby Franklin and Julianne Sutton. So there's plenty of familiar faces, but you can't do it. That's what's the beauty of Buffy Burson's teams, is there's going to be a leading scorer of 13 a game and a girl that can come off the bench and average 9. And the winning formula every night is going to be a different set of those pawns.
One of the nice things last night, Coach Burson was able to get a number of players into the ball game. Great minutes, I thought, for Chloe Savage. Macy Gregg with some good minutes last night as well.
Yeah, and good minutes don't necessarily always reflect into the box score with a lot of points or rebounds. Those players were both on the floor in crucial situations, in need to possessions. Every possession is a want to possession. I want to score. I want to get a stop. But there's a difference when that possession has a need to value on it. And when young people who haven't been in that seat, except at the high school level, can be on the floor in need to possessions in November, that's really only going to expedite your preparation of being ready to play in the Peach Belt Conference.
You talked about the character development with how things transitioned back in favor of the Nighthawks in the fourth quarter last night. The lead had dwindled to as few as 4 on a couple of junctures, and of course that the defensive stalwart Amani Arnold came in on a couple of occasions and imposed her will defensively. One example that I recall vividly, where she literally was the only defender versus 2 opponents and came up with a steal at midcourt.
You know what I think we could charge admission to here is Amani Arnold versus Ephraim Shamanga one-on-one competition.
Wow. That may be a pay-per-view event.
I like that. Neither one of them may score.
We're going to ponder that, and we'll take a timeout to do just that. We'll step aside, be back in just a moment. Stay with us. The pregame continues right here. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
What is the Golden Eagle Band? Established in 1873, we are the oldest organization on campus. Excellence in music is our passion. Our spirit of brotherhood provides friendships that last a lifetime. We compete and perform just for fun. Join the tradition.
Hi, I'm Sonia McClain with Red Rooster Realty. Fall is right around the corner, and it doesn't get any prettier than this. Have you been thinking about buying in Georgia's Lake and Mountain Paradise? Give me a call at 770-480-4777.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
Back we are, Craig Corbin, Lee Glenn, as our pregame continues. By the way, in the opener today, it was Georgia College by 5 over Chowan, 59-54. That was a good ball game.
It was. Yep, two different style of teams. Georgia College likes to play in the half court. Looking forward to seeing them twice head-to-head later in Peach Belt play. And then Chowan, who resembles more of a traditional Peach Belt team, likes to use athleticism and pressure and full court extension. And so it's two different styles. But both teams really, bunch of 6-point runs, little mini runs there, nothing that really stretched the game. But it was fun to watch. But now the real one starts now.
Indeed. Let's look at the anticipated starters for Tusculum. The Pioneers, under head coach Devin Carter, will be starting number 1, Mia Long. She is a senior from Ann Arbor, Michigan, leading scorer at 13 points per contest. Jalea Arnwine, a junior from Knoxville, Tennessee, averaging 7 points a game. Sydney Wilson, she is a grad student out of Greensboro, North Carolina. Came by way of Northern Guilford High School, the Vikings of Northern Guilford.
How'd you know they're a Viking?
Northern Guilford used to be in the region that I covered games for when I was in the Piedmont of North Carolina.
Okay.
They played many great games against the Rams of Reedsville.
And that's how North Carolina high schools are. A lot of them in that area of the state are. So you've got the county name, and you've got a north version, a south version, an east version, east-west, or
Absolutely.
East Mech, North Mech.
Yes, yes, ad nauseum. Casey Johnson, also a grad student from Greensboro, also hails from Northern Guilford. And then Maddie Sutton, she's a junior from Walland, Tennessee, Heritage High School, 10 points per contest. And a lot of the young ladies on the Pioneers roster 6 feet or taller, an imposing lineup.
They're rangy, very rangy. Just watching them pregame, I haven't watched any tape, obviously, on them. But just watching them pregame and watching a little bit yesterday. It's a team of length with bigs surrounded by, I don't know how their guard play is, but it looks like they got a couple shooters to go with them as well.
It will be interesting to see how the Nighthawks take care of that opposition. Of course, we noted last night the wonderful addition in the lineup of Kyra Davis, junior out of Campbell University, and how that is going to affect the play of Julianne Sutton, who, for the most part, last year really was very limited, I think, from an offensive standpoint as to where she would position herself.
Yep.
Having Davis there at the high post, nice little inside-outside.
Interchangeable is what Buffy Burson's teams always are, and now you take Julianne Sutton, who's got good touch with the basketball and can shoot the long-range jump shot. You take her from being mandated to play the 5 spot to now having the flexibility of being in the 4 spot. Just warrants more flexibility on behalf of the Nighthawks.
It will be interesting to see. We are moments away from the opening tip. We will step aside when we come back. It'll be time for your starting lineups and that opening tip right here. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network. Back in just a moment.
It takes more than intelligence and talent to succeed in life. It takes grit and a commitment to excellence.
It takes the willingness to serve others and a cause greater than yourself.
It requires you to push boundaries,
Ask difficult questions.
and understand the world around you
It requires you to know your strengths.
and weaknesses, and have the desire to make yourself better than you were yesterday.
It requires you to be independent, efficient, and tolerant.
Ultimately, it requires you to be a leader. At the University of North Georgia, we develop leaders,
Leaders who serve our country abroad to tackle the challenges of the world.
and leaders who serve at home to improve our way of life.
Leaders who never quit.
Leaders who lead by example and not exception.
Leaders who are tough, but fair.
Leaders who are relentless and passionate.
Leaders who solve problems and don't make excuses.
Leaders who do the right thing, even when no one's looking.
There's nothing average about the University of North Georgia and its Corps of Cadets.
If you've got what it takes, then bring it.
All right, Joyride Beads. I hear if you run long enough, you get something called a runner's high, which sounds like something I'd really enjoy. Let's do this. Okay, so far so good. Mama Lake? What? Still no high though. Hi. Hey. Oh my God, there it was. My first runner's high. Well, better quit while I'm ahead. God, I'm good. All right.
Can you stop copying me?
Back we are courtside here at the Convocation Center. Craig Corbin, Lee Glenn, the entire Nighthawk Sports Network team. Day number 2 of the UNG Nighthawk Classic. Starting lineups, as we mentioned, for the Pioneers of Tusculum. Mia Long, number 1. Jalea Arnwine, number 2. Number 10, Sydney Wilson. Number 11, Casey Johnson. And number 25, Maddie Sutton. For the Nighthawks of UNG under head coach Buffy Burson, 3-0 on the year. It'll be Abby Franklin, number 5. Number 15, Kara Groover. Number 20, Kyra Davis. Number 24, Faith Arthur. And number 42, Julianne Sutton. This is the 4th meeting between the two programs. North Georgia with a 2-1 advantage in the series. Games played here in Dahlonega have been split, 1 each.
Really?
Should be a great matchup. Nighthawks in their home white. It will be Davis jumping against Casey Johnson. We are ready for action. Ball's in the air. The tip will be controlled by Kara Groover. Nighthawks have it, and we're underway in Dahlonega. Groover works to the right side. Sutton over to Franklin on the left wing. Abby now calling for a bit of movement. Gives it to Groover. Down low to Sutton. Julianne LeBlanc double team, puts it up. It is no good. Rebound on the weak side by Maddie Sutton.
Be something to pay attention to with Tusculum. They double team the post touch.
3, left corner, off the iron, no good. Sutton with a nice rebound, gives it to Groover. Up ahead quickly to Faith Arthur. Crosses now to Sutton. Franklin open for 3, right side. In and out, would not drop. That was a good looking shot.
Went halfway down too, didn't it?
Neil Long will bring it up. On the right side, around the screen, into the lane. Shot is up and good. That was a pretty good drive. from out on the right wing. Arthur at the other end in traffic, left hand, and we're tied at 2.
We didn't help on that high ball screen on the last defensive possession.
Second minute of the opening quarter, a drive, a scoop shot, and it goes in. Give that one to Casey Johnson. One of those former Northern Guilford Vikings that we talked about. Double team, stepping through. Abby gets it to Arthur, who gets it to Sutton for an easy layup.
Great poise by Abby Franklin out here at the timeline. She was double teamed. She did a good job of stepping through the trap and being strong on her pass.
That's tough to do.
She won't get credited for that assist, but.
Oh, what a block by Davis. Johnson drove and Davis slapped it away. At the other end, running the floor, Abby Franklin.
Sneaky speed.
Inside 8 minutes to go, opening quarter. And it is 6-4 North Georgia. Perimeter shot would not go. Rebound Davis. Clock rolls, 7:37 here in the opening quarter. Groover. Now Arthur zips it cross court to Abby. Top of the key. Julianne now in the right corner. Groover for 3. Off the iron, no good. And another rebound from Mia Long.
Tell you what Tusculum does a great job of doing is checking out on all of our offensive possessions. They're just not turning and head-hunting the basketball. They're really getting a body. I don't think we've even come close to an offensive rebound in our first 5 possessions.
Nice hands defensively that time by Davis to deflect the pass out of bounds. Tusculum maintains possession. Sutton away, and there's going to be a foul on Faith Arthur. Maddie Sutton, the junior from Walland, Tennessee, will have 3 opportunities at the foul line. (6-4) your score. 7:11 on the clock. First quarter. First one is good. Second one rattles home. Sydney on the year had not taken a free throw until those 3, and she took full advantage.
She's perfect now. I guess she was perfect before she shot it, too.
She was. And a 1-point lead for the Pioneers. Bounce past Sutton, open underneath, Groover puts it in, and that puts North Georgia back on top.
Good pass from Julianne, but really a credit to that play. A hockey assist to Abby, again showing a lot of poise out here on top of the key with being double teamed.
Mia Long makes the layup left-handed, and that pushes the Pioneers back in front. Davis will get it across, double team, zips it to Groover, open underneath, Julianne Sutton. That's the beauty of being able to get past the double team.
Yeah, and that time Abby Franklin, the 2 times before, had played through it. This time Kira Davis dribbled it up and just passed over it. But if you're going to double out here at the timeline, you got to rotate hard out of it, but we're really showing a lot of poise out of the double team.
Maddie Sutton, no good. Loose ball, stays with the Pioneers. Top of the key, Sydney Wilson gets it to Casey Johnson, drives, shoots, no good. And a rebound to Arthur. Faith will bring it up through traffic. Faith tried to go all the way and ran out of real estate.
It's going to be 2 fouls on Faith Arthur, too, isn't it?
Yep. In about 2 minutes. 5:59 to go, quarter number 1, and quickly Macy Gregg hits the floor. (10-9) your score. North Georgia on top. Opening quarter. Mia Long has it blocked by Davis. Her second of the night. Over the top, pass intended for Amani Arnold, just in the ball game. Goes out of bounds.
Just miscommunication there on those two. They connected afterwards and said what was happening there. They'll take care of that. They'll clean that up.
5:32 and counting. Tusculum with the ball. Sidney Wilson to the foul line. Bounce pass down low to Johnson. Blocked by Amani. Franklin to Macy Gregg at half court. Behind the back dribble. Now to Abby. She takes a straightaway three, and it's no good. Out of bounds to Tusculum. Not sure that she was completely set.
Or committed to that.
Yeah.
Okay, I love her shooting the basketball. I'm fine with
Absolutely.
it.
Nighthawks by 1. Tusculum with the ball. Mia Long gets it over to Arnwine. Straightaway three goes for Casey Johnson. Franklin, right side to Groover. Fakes the shot. Zips it across to Macy Gregg. Macy head fake down low. Amani lost it. Got it back. Zips it out to Abby. Shot clock at 12. Groover. One dribble. Amani from the foul line. Shot is up and would not go.
Tusculum obviously got a good scout and are doing a good job of sitting on our high-low action, so we're going to have to make a jump shot to loosen that up.
Macy Gregg intercepts the cross-court pass, top of the key, now looking left, hands it to Franklin. Abby over to Amani, down low. Davis triple team, puts it up and scores.
Nice committed move by Davis there.
Beautiful move, confident to her right and laid it in. She literally had 3 Pioneers surrounding her. Johnson, a couple of dribbles, gets it away, and now to Wilson, no good. Rebound to Arnold. Now Gregg, Macy dribbles it up across the timeline. Arnold will work, puts it up, blocks, out of bounds by Casey Johnson. Clock stopped, 3:46 and a substitution, but before that, we'll take a timeout. We're knotted at 12. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
North Georgia Basketball on the Nighthawk Sports Network is brought to you by the UNG Bookstore, 4 locations across Northeast Georgia, and Causey Orthodontics, creating smiles that command attention.
You are your home runs. You are your near misses. You are your years to remember and your years you'd rather forget. You are what you build and who you build it for. And you are what you leave behind. BB&T. All we see is you.
I'm Faith Arthur, and this is North Georgia Basketball on NSN.
Back court side of the Convocation Center, 12-12, North Georgia and Tusculum. Both teams unbeaten on the season. Tusculum 4-0, North Georgia 3-0, and we're back to action down low. Julianne Sutton collects it and scores, and it's 14-12, North Georgia by 2 with 3:37 to go in the first. In the ball game for Tusculum, number 3, Ellie Hutchinson.
Travel.
And a travel indeed by Maddie Sutton. Also in the ball game, Brianna Dixon for the Pioneers, number 20. Abby Franklin brings it up against Hutchinson. Now over the top it goes, and the pass from Amani, intended for Julianne, was intercepted.
She knows to put some air underneath that. Throw it up to Julianne's hands. Let her go get it.
Good ball movement by the Pioneers. Three-point attempt would not go for Arnwine, and a rebound of the Nighthawks. Macy Gregg will bring it up. Love that behind-the-back dribble. Man, that
confident.
Devastating. Abby Franklin back to Macy in the corner, right side. Now to Abby. Shot clock at 15. Julianne in between the circles.
Do it.
Back to Macy. Launches a high arcing three, and it's good. You bet. Boy, that was a beautiful shot.
She didn't make one last night, but you could tell she's a confident shooter.
Biggest lead of the ball game, 17-12. Tusculum with the ball. Maddie Sutton over. It goes to Aaliyah Miller.
Well, that's great on-ball defense by Greg there.
Shot clock at 4, 3, 2. Maddie Sutton shot that one over Julianne Sutton.
Yeah, shot clock violation.
Good. Did not hit the rim.
It was a great possession by North Georgia. Had them really discombobulated out here at the timeline and flustered. Julianne did a great job of not fouling there and just walling up, hands to the ceiling.
That's a matchup of the Suttons. Julianne and Maddie. Full court pressure. Inbound comes to Macy. Guarded by Aaliyah Miller. Now Groover works top of the key, left side, picks up her dribble all the way back to Macy. Here's another three, it's up. It is good! The second in a row from Macy Gregg.
Love it. Good find by Kara Groover there as well.
What a great pass. That was nearly a no-look cross-court pass from Groover. And a steal by Abby Franklin. Took it right away from Ellie Hutchinson. Groover now left side, lobs over the top. Julianne Sutton, left-handed shot would not go.
Well, there was enough there to get a whistle, maybe not.
Up ahead, baseline move, now top of the key. It goes to
Travel.
Casey Johnson and another travel. And that will allow Davis to check in for North Georgia and Mia Long back in for Tusculum, along with Sydney Wilson. Davis gets it into Franklin. Abby calls out the play. Now to Davis in the hands of Julianne, top of the key. Holding high, now away to Groover. She launches a three, it's no good. Loose ball, tracked down by Julianne. Stoppage of play at 52.6 seconds.
I think they're saying that the shot didn't hit the rim and shouldn't be a reset.
I don't think it did.
Started possession at 102, he said. That math wouldn't be correct. If that's the case, the 102, 10 seconds should be at shot clock should be at 20.
And as the computations continue across the way, we'll remind you that all season long, Nighthawks basketball, both men's and women's coverage, not only here via the Nighthawk Sports Network, but these broadcasts also live and replay on GMTV, Georgia Mountain Television. You can find it on Windstream Cable Channel 78.12 and HD Channel 890. Shot clock rolls to 14, 13, 12. Davis now to Franklin, over to Groover. Macy open for three. It's up. It is good. 3 in a row for Macy Gregg.
You just see it in her eyes.
Wow. What a gorgeous high arcing shot.
She does a good job of setting her wrist.
Nighthawks on a 13-0 run, powered by those 9 points on three-pointers from Macy Gregg. Man alive.
Good, no foul.
And a shot clock violation. The shot from Sydney Wilson did not draw iron. And the Georgia Bulldogs have just scored a touchdown. Macy Gregg will bring it up, another behind the back dribble over to Davis, and that is your first quarter. 23-12. What a finish, powered by those 3 3-pointers from Macy Gregg. Wow. Let's take a break. Second quarter straight ahead. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Bandit 3, this is Fox 2-3. Can you see that contact to our front? Bandit Fox 2-3, out. Mark him with tracer fire.
There are those who choose a different path in life. A path of selflessness, of service. A path that leads to freedom. Do you have what it takes? Find out at goarmy.com/warriors.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself. The rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
23-12 is your score. North Georgia finishing the opening stanza on a 13-0 run, and what an outburst from beyond the arc, Macy Gregg.
Yeah, Coach Burson has an eye for freshman talent. And Macy looks like a kind of, you could see it yesterday, although she didn't score a lot. She's she handles it. She's got it on a string, and now some of those jump shots are falling for her. That's just what we talked about in the pregame show. This is why we do these kind of games, is to find players like this.
Double team, ball knocked out of bounds. It will stay though with North Georgia. That last basket for Tusculum by Sydney Wilson. She is the second leading scorer on the team at 12 per game. Franklin with the basketball, shot clock at 14, and that's going to be a foul on Mia Long. Senior from Ann Arbor, prepped at Concordia. I think the Concordia in Michigan.
Probably.
Yeah.
It'll be a long daily commute.
Yeah. Nice save there from Julianne to Macy. Right back he goes to Sutton. Oh, beautiful pass to Abby Franklin and a beautiful three-point shot.
Our coaching staff has picked up that Tusculum is doubling the post touches. Julianne didn't even look to score. It was a catch. She knew she had two defenders and just turned and threw it to the weak side. That's a good adjustment based on their commitment to post defending.
Mia Long with the ball, got away with a walk, puts it up, no good. Scramble, and she'll hit the loose ball. The drive, baseline jumper will go for Casey Johnson. It's a 10-point ball game. And a takeaway by Long, and the basket.
I think it was Abby just lost her footing there.
I wonder if she's still having the lasting effects from turning her ankle last night.
Maybe. I just think that it was almost looked like a wet spot. She also, I don't believe, has come out of the game so far.
Davis controlling
play
double
over
team.
The trap.
Oh,
and it's a layup.
Abby Franklin.
Poison the trap is a layup. Play over it or play through it.
And I know the Nighthawks have converted 3 of those opportunities already. Largest lead of the ball game was 12 at 26-14. It's now 28-18 with 7:58 to go until the half. Abby will bring it up. Surveys the scene. Guarded loosely by Casey Johnson. Bounce pass to Davis, high post. Now Julianne. Oh, contact there with Faith. Oh, and Mia Long picks her pocket. Mia will drive, shoot, no good. Rebound though by Johnson. And they travel.
That's the thing here. That turnover was by Faith Arthur. That's the thing with players that pick up early foul trouble. They lose their rhythm. They lose their flow in the game, and she's basically having to start her focus over again now.
Abby brings it up through traffic. Open is Faith Arthur. Drive, shoots. No call. Right back it goes to Faith and intercepted. Thought there might have been some contact.
Yeah, maybe.
7:11 to go, second quarter. Casey Johnson drives, kicks out to Arnwine. Check that, Brianna Dixon. Now in the hands of Mia Long. Inside 7 minutes we go. 10-point ball game. Long with an easy layup. Franklin will bring it up. North Georgia on top by 8 with the ball. Bounce pass to Davis. Right back it goes to Franklin. Abby now to Julianne, over to Kara. Faith with 7 to shoot. Backs in, kicks it to Franklin. Goes baseline, now out front, intercepted by Brianna Dixon. Tusculum on the move. Over it goes to Arnwine. Drives. That's a charge.
That's a charge.
And did we find out what
I did not, but whatever it is, it's another one. That's 3 in the last 2 games.
Julianne really took a pretty good shot.
I think she got the wind knocked out of her.
She is
trying to catch her breath.
Yeah. Shaking the cobwebs. That was a pretty good collision, because Arnwine just put her head down and was going for the basket. Macy Gregg brings it up. Gets rid of it to Sutton. Over it goes to Imani Arnold for 2. Nice ball movement. 6:02 to go until the half. In the corner, Arnwine launches a 3. It is off the iron. No good. Rebound, Macy Gregg. Macy heaves it up ahead to Imani. Missed the shot. Might have been contact again. Hutchison brings it up for Tusculum. Pass was too much for Casey Johnson to handle. 5:40 remaining here in the second. Faith will inbound it to Macy. Macy, I love that behind the back dribble. She's going to take it all the way and draws contact. That was beautiful.
I wonder at what point is Tusculum, I wonder if this is a conditioning thing, but at what point are they going to quit sending, every time they send 2 defenders to the ball, we get layups out of it, now free throws out of it.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're just trying to, if it's a marathon thing and just want to kind of get us going. But
well, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but after you give up that many, Macy puts it right through. Great line score already for Macy. Her 10th point of the day. 31-20. She hits this one. It equals the largest lead of the afternoon.
Sure.
Oh, maybe short of dead center.
Good one. Uh-oh, we got the human press on. There it is.
Stolen by Kara Groover. That should belong to North Georgia. Nicely done. Kara had the wherewithal to toss it back in and off of a Tusculum player. And I sure hope this is not overruled.
Maybe.
Oh. And they have changed the ruling, and it will...
Shouldn't be a shot clock reset, though.
Nope.
If they had possession.
But
there it goes, yeah.
5:25 to go in the second. Leah Miller inbounds it to Hutchinson. Hutchinson, top of the key, away to Brianna Dixon. Casey Johnson lobs it back to Aaliyah Miller. Shot clock at 10. Puts up the shot off the glass. No good. Rebound, Faith Arthur. Oh, lost it off her knee. Doggone it.
Okay, keep her in there. Those are credited to the foul trouble early. I know that's unfortunate, but it's just she's got to find a way to get flow back in the game.
Nighthawks by a dozen. Tusculum with the ball. Johnson to Wilson to Dixon. Back in the hands of Wilson, works the right side of the lane, draws contact. Oh my goodness, that is the third on Faith. And we definitely will not see her again until the second half of this ball game. Timeout on the floor, 4:48 to go, second quarter. Nighthawks by a dozen. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
The UNG Bookstore is the one-stop shop where students can get anything they need for the classroom and fans can find everything they need to support the Nighthawks, from shirts and jackets to car decals and tailgating chairs. Gear up at the Nighthawks Nest with officially licensed UNG merchandise. Be sure to shop in store to find the item of the week. Visit our stores in Dahlonega, Gainesville, Oconee, and Cumming, or check us out online at ungbookstore.com. The UNG Bookstore is a proud sponsor of North Georgia Athletics.
Hi, I'm Sonia McClain with Red Rooster Realty. Fall is right around the corner, and it doesn't get any prettier than this. Have you been thinking about buying in Georgia's Lake and Mountain Paradise? Give me a call at 770-480-4777.
Hi, my name is Macy Gregg, and you're watching North Georgia Basketball on NSN.
Game of runs, and we've seen the biggest one come on the 13-0 outburst, powered by 3 consecutive three-pointers off the fingertips of Macy Gregg in the first quarter. 12-point lead on 2 occasions for the Nighthawks. That foul shot from Sydney Wilson cuts into it by a point. Second one, no good, but an offensive rebound knocked away and into the hands of Davis.
Lucky there.
Groover got that one over to Davis. 32-21, 4:35 to go until the half. Amani Arnold on the perimeter, lobs over the top, intended for Davis, but taken away. That was very little margin for error. Tight officiating. Contact in the key. And a whistle on Macy. 4:24 to go in the second. Mia Long puts it up and no good. Tipped out to the perimeter though, and they'll keep possession. Long no good, sort of forcing that one. Amani Arnold will give way to Macy Gregg.
Swing.
Now Franklin, backdoor cut. Groover heads to the basket. That'll be a blocking foul on Maddie Sutton. Julianne will come in for Amani. Abby will inbound to the baseline, does so to Kara. Bounce pass intended for Julianne, knocked away by Maddie Sutton. And so 17 seconds left on the shot clock. The lob comes to Groover, knocked away by Mia, but a lot of contact. Ball over to Macy Gregg, skips it to Franklin, thought about a three. Now with 5, 4, 3, leaves it for Groover. She'll have to, well, I think we lost track of where the shot clock was. And that will turn it over with 3:36 to go in the second. 32-21 your score. Johnson to Arnwine, to Maddie Sutton. In the lane to Casey Johnson, turns, shoots, no good. Rebound, Julianne Sutton. Outlet comes to Franklin. 3:10 to go until the half. Abby to Macy, zips it over to Kara. Right back it goes. Franklin, three, yes.
Skip passes. They're really paying a lot of attention to defending and helping early on our post. So the quicker we can reverse it, or as we have in the last couple of possessions, throw it over the top.
Charge.
Kara gets her a biscuit or whatever they are.
A charge biscuit.
Yeah.
I like that. Until we know what it is, let's call it that.
The biscuit.
I like it.
She's still got a few more to get, though, to catch up with Julianne.
Julianne's got a big head start. By the way, this is the largest advantage of the afternoon now at 14. 35-21. Clock rolls, 2:44 and counting. In the second quarter. Now the travel is the call. I may need to rewind that on the DVR.
We can.
We have the technology.
We do.
Tusculum with the ball.
So to those of you listening at home, just grab the little cursor in the bottom, drag it back a little bit.
There you go. Voila. Arnwine, no good. Rebound, Julianne.
It's almost like when we see those out of the control dribbles in the paint, just let them go almost. Just challenge and let them go.
Because they're going to throw it up. Franklin, top of the key, works to the left, hands it to Groover. Kara now will lob it over the top to Julianne. Baseline jumper, good.
Tough angle to finish with. Couldn't use the backboard. Had to have a lot of touch because she was almost square to the baseline.
Nighthawks extend the lead to 16. That's on Maddie Sutton. She'll check out. Her second personal. Final 2 minutes of the second quarter. And an outstanding effort in the first 2 quarters of this ball game by North Georgia. Julianne tried to get it to Davis, wounds up in the hands of Franklin. Abby will launch a three. It is good! And it's a 19-point lead.
Doesn't even show emotion, just dagger.
Man, 40-21. Holding high, Sydney Wilson, guarded by Macy Gregg.
Good
Lost
job.
the handle. Got it back to Arnwine. Shot clock at 10. Arnwine flings it over and into the North Georgia bench.
That is such great half-court defense right there. Not fouling.
Yeah.
Seeing them out of control, making them make tough passes.
Clock rolls. A minute and 4 seconds left here in the second quarter. Macy, top of the key, gets it to Julianne, flings it over in the corner. Davis will try a three. It is good! Ho, ho, ho!
Flexibility.
Man, oh man, 43-21. The Pioneers do not know what hit them here in the second quarter. Goodness. Clock rolls. 10 to shoot, 25 to play until half. Taken away by Kara Groover. And a foul of frustration by Sydney Wilson. Oh my goodness.
Good shots yet?
Should be. Groover will go to the line with 20.9 left here in the second quarter. First one no good. If there was any doubt how the Nighthawks would respond to yesterday's effort,
yeah,
that's been put away. Second one will go. 44-21, a 23-point advantage. Now on a 12-0 run. Arnwine drives, dishes back. 6, 5, 4. The drive by Wilson, shot is up. No good. Rebound, Julianne Sutton, and that is the second quarter. And there are some frustrated Pioneers going to their locker room and some very excited Nighthawks heading to theirs.
Yeah, that's a great half. Now, what I'm sure Coach Burson's talking point's going to be right now is that this looked eerily familiar to last night. So let's keep our foot on the gas.
23-point advantage for North Georgia, 44-21. We will take a break. When we come back, it'll be time for a halftime report, digest some numbers, and see what else is going on around the world of sports. Stay with us. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
All right, Joyride Beads. I hear if you run long enough, you get something called a runner's high, which sounds like something I'd really enjoy. Let's do this. Okay, so far so good. Mama Lake? What? Still no high though. Hi. Hey. Oh my God, there it was. My first runner's high. Well, better quit while I'm ahead. All right, I'm good.
What is the Golden Eagle Band? Established in 1873, we are the oldest organization on campus. Excellence in music is our passion. Our spirit of brotherhood provides friendships that last a lifetime. We compete and perform just for fun. Join the tradition.
On my team, I thrive to work as hard as I can. I mean, whatever you do on the field, there's a positive correlation to whatever else you do, be it personal relationships, homework, the way you carry yourself. I've changed since I got to King University. It's really helped me to develop as a leader. I think it's honestly the best thing that's ever happened.
I'm Kara Gruber, and you're watching North Georgia basketball on NSN.
.21 is your score. North Georgia on top of a very good Tusculum Pioneer team here at the half. Day number 2 of the UNG Nighthawk Classic. Craig Corbin, Lee Glenn, and I'm as impressed as can be with what North Georgia has done here in the first half.
Yeah, Coach Burson's message was well heard last night. No disrespect to Chowan, but we played a lot like this in the first quarter last night, and then just kind of eased off the gas a little bit. But I think one of the things that we're doing even better tonight is defending. Much more offensively explosive team in Tusculum. So we're doing a much better job of protecting the rim. And the key to this game so far, quite honestly, in my opinion, Craig, has been how well we've handled the pressure.
Right. And you've seen a lot of that where the double team has resulted in either a layup or a great opportunity. Macy Gregg has yet to miss a shot from the floor. 3 of 3 from beyond the arc, 2 of 2 at the line, although she is not, with those 11 points, the leading scorer. That would be Abby Franklin.
Yeah, Abby Franklin's made a couple threes there big that not only extended some runs, but squelched the one run that Tusculum had. Abby is absolutely unafraid of taking need-to-have shots, so I tell you what, anytime it leaves her hand, it has a good chance of going in.
3 Nighthawks in double digits. Franklin with 13, Macy Gregg with 11, and 10 points on the afternoon for Julianne Sutton, who also doing a great job on the boards, leading the way with 4 rebounds.
Yep, and we're playing really with one of our high-end rotation starters on the bench with 3 fouls in Faith Arthur.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see how she plays in the second half, knowing that she's got those 3 personal fouls, but nonetheless, a scintillating effort there. A 13-0 run in the first quarter, a 12-0 run to end the second quarter.
Yeah, it's Coach Burson knows the importance of this game. Long-term implications. You want your team to kind of play championship caliber opponents in November early in the season, so when you do get into Peach Belt play, you're seasoned and ready to go. She had her team ready to play. That's evident. The question now moving forward, will we be able to sustain?
We'll take a break. When we come back, a deeper dive into the box score. It is 44-21, North Georgia leading Tusculum. Stay with us. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
North Georgia basketball on the Nighthawk Sports Network is brought to you by the UNG Bookstore, 4 locations across Northeast Georgia, and Causey Orthodontics, creating smiles that command attention.
You knew even before you looked at the box score, the Nighthawks had shot well in the first half.
Yeah.
Just didn't realize how well they shot. 7 of 27 from the floor, 63%. 7 of 10 beyond the arc for 70%.
Yeah, and one thing you got to note, though, is that sometimes made threes can be fool's gold. And so you got to be really careful with just leaning on that. There's no way that you can expect to continue to, over the duration of a game, shoot 70% from three. So are we going to be able to generate enough stops when and if those three balls don't continue to drop.
To your point earlier that you made in the second quarter, how long will Coach Carter stay with that double team mentality?
Well, 8 points of it, 8 points, they have not generated any turnovers that led to scores the other way. So I can count two Abby Franklin step-throughs, 8 points. 2 Abby Franklin step-throughs and 1 Kira Davis throw over the top.
Right.
And then one time Macy Gregg got fouled in the double team. So that's 8. I can attribute 8 points, 8 to nothing. And so I'm a number-driven decision maker. At some point, you got to kind of think, is that worth my time and energy? It's not generating any turnovers. So we talked about in the pregame show, it looked like they were long, which they are, and it looks like they can shoot it, which I know they got 2 girls that can shoot it. But the key, that the difference in this game so far has been our guard play. Maybe not in the box score aside from Macy Gregg, but it's just had much more game confidence.
It'll be interesting to see how that transpires in the second half. As far as the battle on the boards, North Georgia with a 4-rebound advantage, 16-12. 3 blocked shots in the first half, 2 of them by Davis.
Yeah, and 10 assisted baskets,
yep,
including 6 from Kara Groover.
Wow. The leading rebounder, as we mentioned, Julianne Sutton with 4, a pair by Kyra Davis, 1 each for Faith Arthur, Kara Groover, Macy Gregg, and Amani Arnold. We will step aside, take a little bit of a break, be back with more in the halftime report. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
You are your home runs. You are your near misses. You are your years to remember and your years you'd rather forget. You are what you build and who you build it for. And you are what you leave behind. BB&T. All we see is you.
Someone here at Circus Burger has been talking to the press, telling them that chicken is better than burgers. And I want to know who it is. Is it you, Bill?
No, sir.
Diane?
Wasn't me.
I know it wasn't Steve. He just started. You're doing a great job here, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm not big on pointing fingers, but it was definitely Bill.
Whoa, it could literally be any one of us.
Somebody did it, and I'm going to find out who.
What is going on here?
Goodbye, LA, until another time. When can we call it love? Think we crossed the line.
Shop, play, and stay in Dahlonega, the heart of the North Georgia mountains.
The 23-point advantage by the Nighthawks, the largest of the afternoon, 44-21 the score. We took a look at the North Georgia half of the box score. The Pioneers' leading scorer on the afternoon, Sydney Wilson, with 8 points, 3 points for Casey Johnson, 2 for Maddie Sutton. The leading rebounder, Casey Johnson, with 3. Collectively, the Pioneers, 8 of 25 from the floor, only 1 of 4 beyond the arc, 4 of 5 at the line. And just curious how the Pioneers will respond to those 2 big onslaughts, the 13-0 run, the 12-0 run by the Nighthawks in the first half. It really just blew the game open.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think that one thing that Coach Tusculum needs to kind of pay attention to is a little bit of balance. 16 of their 21 points have come from just 2 players. So their entire roster outside of 2 players scored 5 points and a half. So that's easy for defenses to key on, as long as we continue to take care of the ball and identify where scorers are, especially where shooters are. I've seen results of this Tusculum team, and I'm wondering where their spurtability comes from. And is it from creating turnovers? I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah, we're going to find out here shortly.
All right, we'll take another break. Be back with the third quarter. North Georgia on top, 44-21. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
The UNG Bookstore is the one-stop shop where students can get anything they need for the classroom and fans can find everything they need to support the Nighthawks, from shirts and jackets to car decals and tailgating chairs. Gear up at the Nighthawks Nest with officially licensed UNG merchandise. Be sure to shop in store to find the item of the week. Visit our stores in Dahlonega, Gainesville, Oconee, and Cumming, or check us out online at ungbookstore.com. The UNG Bookstore is a proud sponsor of North Georgia Athletics.
The NCAA TV and marketing rights fees. Where does the money go? Long answer, 96% of the revenue is used to fund 88 championships and support 1,055 member colleges and universities, who together provide $2 billion annually in financial aid to more than 400,000 student athletes so they can compete and learn. Short answer, we put our money where our mission is.
Bandit 3, this is Fox 2-3. Can you see that contact to our front? Man, it's Fox 2-3 out. Mark him with tracer fire.
There are those who choose a different path in life. A path of selflessness, of service. A path that leads to freedom. Do you have what it takes? Find out at goarmy.com/warriors.
We are back. Third quarter is underway. North Georgia with a turnover on the opening possession of the quarter. And now Tusculum with their first opportunity here in the second half of the ball game.
Very interesting. Nice move by Coach Burson to start Macy Gregg this half and leave the hot hand in and protect Faith Arthur and her foul trouble just a little bit longer.
Fifth rebound of the afternoon for Julianne. The missed attempts by Tusculum. Macy has it, left wing. Now back to Groover, works it in between the circles. Cut off there momentarily by Mia Long. Lob over the top. Julianne missed the shot but did draw contact. And that a foul on Sydney Wilson.
Really, the Pioneers have made a concerted effort to pay attention to the post. They're really on the tape or the midline of the floor with the help side defense. So good job of squeezing it in there that time and getting the charge call. The help side was definitely inside the jump circle. But we got to continue to loosen that paint up with hard ball reversals or throwing it over the top.
First foul shot for Julianne good, as was the second. And now a 25-point advantage, 46-21. Just underway in the third quarter. Arnwine gives way to Johnson. The shot no good. Julianne, the loose ball. Little contact, no whistle. Franklin will bring it up against Mia. Right by her goes Abby. To your point, that deceptive speed. Groover, top of the key. Julianne launches a three.
They're so flexible. I mean, seriously, how do you guard?
You don't. You don't. Julianne Sutton now makes it a 28-point Nighthawk advantage. Arnwine, top of the key to Sydney Wilson. Over to Casey Johnson. Johnson to Maddie Sutton. She tries a three. Didn't work out as well as Julianne Sutton's. Macy Gregg, 2-on-1. That's going to be a foul inside on Maddie Sutton. We just about had a Pioneer come over the...
I would have caught her.
Yeah.
I held her up just a little bit just so we could stay active in transition.
Maddie Sutton to the bench. Back in the ball game, Mia Belton, a sophomore from Blythewood, South Carolina. I have no idea where Blythewood is.
I think that word also has an extra floating E in there, doesn't it? Like Blythe?
Yes, Blythewood. Yeah. Cookieville, Tennessee. Oh, that's a lane violation.
I know my geography.
50. 51 make it to 21,
Wow.
largest lead of the day. It's going to be on Julianne, her first personal. Casey Johnson at the line. Foul shot is good, and that breaks a 19-0 run dating back to the second quarter.
Okay, so they're going to continue to press.
Scramble, turnover, down low, shot up and good. That's the first time that has paid off.
And you know what? It's actually, and I was wrong, it was the second, because remember the time in the first half where it seemed like Abby tripped on the wet spot?
True.
Long.
Off the iron, no good. A foul away from the ball. $51-25. Largest lead was 30. 51-21. 7:20 to go here in the third quarter. Mia Long drives, puts it up and scores. Davis holding high. Back in the hands of Abby Franklin. Knocked away momentarily by Long. Abby gets it back. Bounce pass to Davis in the lane. Double teamed. Now to Julianne. 9 to shoot. Abby, three-pointer left side. Good!
Need to. We need to stop this run. I will take the shot.
There you go. Timeout on the floor. 6:48 to play in the third. North Georgia 54. Tusculum 27. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
I'm Kyra Davis, and you're watching North Georgia Basketball on NSN.
Divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
A 6-0 spurt by the Pioneers was quelled by Abby Franklin's three just a moment ago, and we sit at 54-27. We talk about it, she is just uncanny in her ability to step up when needed.
Zero scared.
Tusculum with the ball, Mia Long. Back out front to Casey Johnson, a woefully short three, gets her own rebound and scores.
Julianne pats her chest saying, my bad, missed the checkout.
Oh goodness, and a turnover. A little sloppy here. Mia Long, top of the key, looks to her left. Taken away by Macy Gregg. How about that, Mia Long?
We wondered where Tusculum's spurtability comes from.
Yep. Julianne Sutton, that one no good, and she'll be whistled for the foul over the top.
That time Julianne tried to play through the double team and score. We've had a lot of success on their early double team on the touch of just passing out of it and then playing from there. Then you're playing advantage basketball.
Mia Long down the lane, puts it up, no good. Rebound Groover. Up to Franklin, over to Davis. Kara holding high. Now on the wing left side to Groover. Skip pass to Macy Gregg. In and out, would not go. Oh, so close.
Tusculum showing a lot of fight here early in this third quarter.
Mia Long drives, heaves it up, no good. Rebound Davis.
Mia Long is not afraid to attack the rim off the bounce.
Nope.
I wonder if her coach is okay with there being these 0 pass possessions.
Franklin goes baseline, the feed to Julianne, it's good.
Skip pass against a help early defense. Hard ball reversal. Forces teams to close out from 15 feet. You just can't close out on, especially Abby Franklin, someone that's such a good shooter.
Arnwine just put a shoulder into Kara Groover, sending her to the floor, but no foul. Timeout, 4:59 to play, third quarter. North Georgia 56, Tusculum 29. Stay with us. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Sonia McClain with Red Rooster Realty. Fall is right around the corner, and it doesn't get any prettier than this. Have you been thinking about buying in Georgia's Lake and Mountain Paradise? Give me a call at 770-480-4777.
Defensive prowess of the Nighthawks has been on display here today. In the first quarter, they held Tusculum to 12. In the second quarter, they held them to 9. And granted, there's the better part of 5 minutes to go here in the third, but only 8 points. And that included the 6-0 run that the Pioneers went on.
Fueled off of turnovers.
Back to action we go. Sydney Wilson for the Pioneers with the ball, away to Casey Johnson, her former high school teammate. Ball tipped away by Amani Arnold. Scramble for it, and it will wind up a jump, and it will stay with Tusculum.
See if they notice. It should not be a reset.
4 seconds on the shot clock. 4:46 to go in the quarter.
Do they notice?
Brianna Dixon back in, replacing Mia Belton. Mia Long will inbound. Does so, open in the lane. Casey Johnson puts it up, no good. And the shot clock went off, but it's going to be Pioneer ball. 4:39 to go in the third. Inbound comes to Mia Long. Hands it to Wilson. Back to Long. Shot is up. Good. And the foul.
She is committed to attacking the rim off the bounce.
At all costs.
She has no fear at going at bigs and shot blockers.
At all cost. The lefty puts it up and in. Completing the three-point play. Julianne Sutton in for Davis. It'll be Kara Groover to inbound. She's looking for Macy Gregg, finds her. Right back it goes to Kara. Cross court to Abby Franklin. That's a pretty good trio of guards. Franklin guarded by Arnwine. Now to Gregg, loops it over to Groover on the right wing. 12 to shoot, 4:14 to play in the third. Sutton would not go, loose ball. Mia Long has it for Tusculum. Speeds the other way. Now she'll wait on the rest of her teammates. Zips the pass to Johnson for three, no good. Wow. And that'll be a foul over the top by Sydney Wilson.
Good job of Macy Gregg there holding her spot. That's a good point. This, no, I'll probably turn it over when I say this, but these three girls up front are almost unpressable.
Yeah. Franklin for contact. That'll be on Arnwine with a little hip check. Abby had put on the brakes there pretty quick. Groover will inbound. Gets the ball and gets it in to Macy. The lob to Franklin in the corner. Reverse. Now to Amani, kicks it over to Groover. Groover goes to the basket, puts it up, and rattles it home.
Reversal and then attack.
58-32. Mia Long zips it cross court to Wilson, out front to Johnson. Johnson to Long. Shot clock at 18. Game clock at 3:27. Long three will go and give credit to Brianna Dixon. And now the Pioneers have their best offensive effort in any single quarter of the afternoon. 14 points here in the third. Amani finds Macy, who finds Abby, who drives, kicks back. Macy, high arcing three is a little bit long. Rebound, Kara Groover puts it up and in. Inside 3 minutes to go in the third. Long to Johnson.
Oh, another biscuit. I don't agree with it. Probably a block. Julianne knows it might have been as well.
That is her fourth charge biscuit of the weekend.
She's going to have some leftovers. I'm going to find out what it is.
I'm just dying to know. And it has to be something fun because all the assistant coaches were grinning last night when she picked up the first one. Groover with the ball. Now to Franklin. Amani Arnold drives in the lane, lost the handle, scramble, jump, and it should stay with North Georgia.
Julianne's hurt.
Shaking that one off. Maddie Sutton comes in. Brianna Dixon goes out. Franklin on the baseline to inbound. Got to hurry. Gets it in. Nice cut. Macy Gregg for two.
That is a slow developing play, but that's exactly the look they were looking for.
Mia Long on the lefty puts it up and in.
Basically, when she gets it in their hand, she's got the okay to use whatever screen is in the area and whatever they teach their bigs to just kind of continue to post up. And she uses those as driving lanes.
Open as Groover, left wing, three, good. 65-37. 28-point lead. Mia Long puts it up, this time with the right hand and in. And now you see where that spurtability comes and why she's the leading scorer for the Pioneers.
She's extremely good.
65-39, a minute 42 to go in the third. Groover will inbound near midcourt. Bounces it to Abby. Franklin picks up her dribble away to Macy on the left side. She'll bounce it to Julianne down the lane. Open is Groover for three. Fakes, drives baseline. Hands it to Abby Franklin, in and out, no good. Imani Arnold gets the rebound. Abby tried to bounce it to Julianne, goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with North Georgia.
Good play by Julianne. Falling out of bounds, turning and throwing it back off a Tusculum player.
Inbound to Macy. Amani will now drive the right side, puts it up, and they're going to wave off the basket. There was a reach in on her drive. Amani to the line. Clock resting at 1:11 to go in the third, 65-39. First one, no good. One more coming for Arnold. And this one no good either, bouncing away and into the hands of Mia Long. Mia brings it up, stopped there by, oh goodness, whistle.
Monty just a little frustrated from missing those 2 free throws. She said she's going to turn on the human full court press there by herself. I mean, that'd terrify me as a ball handler.
Such a defender.
Just a little too aggressive there. She is a straight scorer.
Yep. 65-40 now. And got them both. Macy Gregg with the ball. A minute to go here in the third. Tusculum has been able to tack on 20 points here in the third stanza. The Nighthawks have tacked on 21. Travel there by Amani at the top of the key. We'll give it back to Tusculum with 44.3 to go.
Has Faith Arthur played this quarter?
Nope.
We'll hit him with a 1-3-1 here for a while.
Mia, boy, she nearly moved that pivot foot. Arnwine, 3, no good. Rebound, Davis.
Davis said, give me that.
And she just took it.
In a crowd.
From amongst a bunch. Abby with the ball. The difference of less than a second between the shot clock and the game clock.
Horns to high-low here.
10 to shoot. Franklin looks to her right. Picks up her dribble, bounces to Amani with 5, 4. Macy with 3, puts it up. 10-footer would not go. And that is the third quarter, and Davis went down hard. And she is going to slowly get to her feet as they assist. Now Matt Daniel is there. She's taking her time. We'll watch that. Let's take a break. Third quarter is over. North Georgia 65, Tusculum 41. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
North Georgia Basketball on the Nighthawk Sports Network is brought to you by the UNG Bookstore, 4 locations across Northeast Georgia, and Kazi Orthodontics, creating smiles that command attention.
Bandit 3, this is Fox 2-3. Can you see that contact to our front? Man, it's Fox 2-3 out. Mark him with tracer fire.
There are those who choose a different path in life. A path of selflessness, of service. A path that leads to freedom. Do you have what it takes? Find out at goarmy.com/warriors.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
Well, we got that commercial break out of the way, and in the meantime, they had a second put back on the clock and a foul shot for Tusculum. Actually a pair. And so the score at the end of 3 is 65-43 instead of 65-41. I believe the foul had to have been on Amani over the top.
Yeah, my eyes were on Cara Davis, who had fallen to the floor. I was kind of paying attention to number one, if she was hurt, or number two, if she was going to get stepped on.
Yeah.
So I really wasn't paying attention to the ball.
They Matt Daniel came out and took her back to check out that ankle.
Put her under the tent.
Yeah.
And maybe one of those things, you know, like they got on the sidelines of the football game.
Absolutely.
Just kind of pulls up.
I like that.
People don't watch checking.
I like that development over the last couple of years in sports.
Yeah, I mean, why should cameras have the ability to watch what's going on?
Well, quite frankly, not just from the competitive standpoint, but from HIPAA regulation standpoint, you know?
Good point.
Think about that.
What's the Georgia score?
Well, glad you asked. It's 7-0 Dogs. Auburn with the ball. 1:38 to go in the second. Ball is on their own 29. 2nd and 10.
When was the last time Georgia gave up a rushing touchdown?
They have not done so this year. Let's hope it stays that way.
I'm sure they did against Oklahoma. Or who was it last year in the Sugar? Texas.
Yeah.
Texas.
Fourth quarter is now underway, sports fans. Tusculum with the ball down low. A bit too much. The pass from Maddie Sutton intended for Brianna Dixon goes out of bounds.
Tried hitting them with a little bit of the North Georgia.
Yeah.
High-low post-to-post play.
Little contact there. Macy Gregg is said to have stepped on the end line. That'll turn it over. It's a 22-point advantage. The largest lead was 30. And a 6-0 spurt to end the quarter by Tusculum. Hutchinson with the ball, drives in the lane, off-balance shot, will not go. Rebound, she got her own. Dixon around the horn. Mia Long to Arnwine, no good. Abby Franklin says, I'll take that. Now away to Macy. She's guarded loosely by Hutchinson and hands it to Groover. Cross-court pass, Franklin open for three. It's up, it is no good. Rebound by Mia Long and a foul on the play.
Kara reaching in after the play.
Her second. Amani Arnold defending Mia Long. Shovels it to Sutton around the horn to Dixon for three, no good. Over the top tip by Arnwine. That goes off of Mia Long out of bounds into North Georgia.
See if we can get a couple ball reversals here on our offensive possessions.
Macy Gregg will bring it up.
Double team.
Maddie Sutton was flying into double team and hit the floor. That was a foul on Hutchinson. Hutchinson from Cairns, Queensland, Australia, by way of Young Harris.
Really?
Yep. Macy Gregg with the ball out near midcourt. Over to Franklin on the left wing. Amani Arnold, high post. Now to Franklin with 4-3, open. Macy Gregg, three. High arcing shot would not go.
Kara Groover with the offensive rebound.
Leading rebounder on the team.
She's a rebounding machine.
Ball tipped out of bounds by Dixon, so the Nighthawks will keep it. It will be Franklin to inbound near the end of the North Georgia bench. Does so to Groover. And a foul. On whom was that called?
I don't know.
That's Maddie Sutton, her fourth.
Okay.
Now Franklin from the baseline lobs it in to Groover, protects the ball with her body. Gets it to Julianne, lobs it in the corner somehow to Franklin down low. Amani Arnold puts it up, would not go.
Julianne's passing so well out of that double team. When those, she catches it, if she catches it with a foot in the charge circle, it's a score. But these deeper pushed out catches, Tusculum is still choosing to double. So when she can turn and throw it out to the weak side, we just play advantage basketball.
The lob over the top, Julianne converts.
We're so good on baseline outsets.
First basket of the fourth quarter. Well, that was odd that Mia Long passed up the shot, point blank range.
She was at the rim.
Golly. And didn't have a defender on her. Nonetheless, a missed shot gives it to North Georgia. 7:27 to go in the ball game, leading 67-43. Underneath, Abby Franklin. What a shot.
Hit him with the reverse.
7:14 to go. It's 69-43. A great performance this afternoon by the Nighthawks. Dixon drives, shoots, scores, and is fouled by Sutton. At the line is Brianna Dixon, a junior from just down the road in Decatur. Decatur, Georgia. By way of Walters State. And Faith Arthur returning for the first time here in the second half. 7:07 to go. Nighthawks by 23. Macy Gregg, the lob over the top to Davis as it blocked out of bounds.
Good to see her back on the floor.
Absolutely. Nice job by Matt Daniels. Had a chance to chat with Matt for an upcoming episode of Nighthawks All Access. Faith Arthur puts it up, has it blocked and taken by Brianna Dixon. Up ahead, Mia Long to Arnwine. Down low it goes to Johnson. Out front, Dixon for three. Air ball out of bounds. One of the interesting things in that visit with Matt Daniel, the coordination necessary to care for more than 200 student athletes here at UNG.
My wife's an athletic trainer as well. That is a profession that we cannot put too much value on. I mean, enough value on. It's they're basically these kids' fathers and mothers at times. They provide that level of care that the coaches push them, and they just kind of keep. They just. You got to have certain people. You got to make sure that you're really talented at certain positions, and athletic training is one of them.
Well, they're a lifeline.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. Nice drive there by Macy Gregg. Fouled in the act of shooting. She'll go to the line in search of the 70th point on the afternoon for North Georgia. Got it. She'll have one more. Shot is good. 25-point lead with 6:24 to go. Mia Long will bring it up. Checked by Amani Arnold. Macy Gregg hops out to help. Arnwine drives, lobs it over to Dixon. Down low to Maddie Sutton. Skips it to Mia Long. Dipsy-do would not go. And Groover has it. Sutton may have gotten popped in the face fighting for the rebound. Holding her right eye, she heads down the floor.
Long gets to the rim at will.
Macy Gregg with a drive, and she took a pretty good shot from Sutton there.
At will, these girls are getting to the rim.
She's so quick. Sutton has headed to the bench. Back in is Aaliyah Miller. Macy Gregg. What a great looking foul shot.
Yep.
Beautiful arc. Second one will not go. Rebound snared by Casey Johnson. 5:40 to play. Mia Long pulls up and taken away by Amani Arnold. Amani ahead of the pack. Has it knocked away by Mia Long. I'm just in awe.
How she can press by herself.
I don't understand it.
I don't either. Her and Ephraim got a quality that's just.
It's amazing.
It's like when the other, because they're scouts so good, whenever the other team sees them on the ball, their mind gets sped up.
Faith Arthur with the basketball out front to Kara Groover. Bounce pass to Davis. Now Amani Arnold. 5:19 to play. 10 seconds to shoot. Now Faith with 6, 5, 4. Drives baseline. Zips it over. Groover for 3. It's up. It's no good. Rebound to Dixon for Tusculum. Up ahead. Running the floor. Shot from Johnson. No good. But a whistle on the play. Will be the second on Macy.
Men's basketball score from Central South Carolina. Nighthawks looking for their 4th straight win to open the campaign, up 10, 58-48, just under 11 minutes to play.
Lovely. Both foul shots good for Casey Johnson. (72-48). Groover and Arnold get a breather. And difficulty getting the ball in play. Turns it right back. Hutchinson will inbound. Lobs it to Dixon. 5 minutes to go. Dixon, off-balance shot wouldn't go. Rebound by Macy Gregg. Oh, goodness. Hip check. Sends her flying to the floor.
Not afraid.
Clock stops. 4:54 to go. It's North Georgia 72, Tusculum 48. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
You are your home runs. You are your near misses. You are your years to remember and your years you'd rather forget. You are what you build and who you build it for. And you are what you leave behind. BB&T. All we see is you.
Can you stop copying me?
The Nighthawks back on the floor. Macy Gregg shook off that foul that sent her crashing to the floor at the other end of the court.
How much you gonna make out of these two?
Both.
Okay. She was 1 of 2 last trip.
Yep. First one on the way and no good. Well, there goes that.
0 for 2.
1 for 2.
One of us is gonna be right.
Macy got 1 of 2, and it's 73-48. You got to play the game, right?
Yeah.
Foul on the perimeter.
Yeah, I was just saying that because I wanted her to make it.
Of course.
As well as I like to be wrong.
Faith Arthur will inbound. 4:46 to go here in the fourth quarter. Bounces it to Abby Franklin. Abby guarded by Hutchinson. Picks up her dribble away to Davis. Over the top to
Double.
Sutton. Julianne, hook shot. Yeah.
Play through the double right there to the front. That's her bread and butter. Show right shoulder, go back to the left shoulder, and finish with the right hand.
75-48. 4:20 to go. In the corner, Hutchinson three, high off the iron, no good. Ball tipped. Faith using that single hand method that she used last night to tip it to herself.
Yep. Other hand was tied up, I think.
Yeah, it's being held. Hutchinson inbounds it to Dixon, top of the key. Now drives down the lane and puts it up, no good. Rebound, Macy Gregg.
To the rim at ease, but just finished in a hurry. Big blow by there. Quick first step.
Macy away to Faith, back to Macy in the corner. And intercepted. Telegraphed the pass. Belton will take it and get the snowbird. $75-50. Faith to Abby. 3:33 to go now. Julianne in the lane, the pass. Chloe Savage missing on that, but a rebound snared by Abby Franklin. Macy will launch a three. It is off the iron, no good.
We might need to raise the flag in here when she shoots.
It's a beautiful high arc to that 3-point.
She gets it up there.
Belt
no foul.
Puts it up. No good.
Good, no foul there. Just that's such fundamental basketball and not bailing out and letting them get to the free throw line.
Inside 3 minutes to go. Franklin into Sutton. Julianne zips it over to Faith Arthur. Three left side, no good. Rebound snared by Aaliyah Miller. Touchdown Bulldogs, 14-0.
Almost halftime?
Yep. Right into the hands of Faith. 20 seconds left there on the Plains.
Bet you Rodrigo's going to put it.
Going to be a charge on Macy.
Rodrigo probably going to kick it off into the, they'll probably punt it into or kick it off into Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
Love that kid.
He is such a gutty performer. Nice round of applause for Macy as she hobbles to the bench. Julianne, Faith Arthur also to the bench. So we got Chloe Savage. We have Abby Hubert, Kara Groover, Amani Arnold, and Abby Franklin on the floor for the final 2 minutes and change. Belton out of nowhere, puts that one in. Draws contact. She'll have a three-point opportunity.
Chloe is trying to get her one of those tacos.
Yep. Charge taco.
Yep.
Franklin checks out. Liv Skinner checks in. At the line. Belton, no good. Rebound to Savage.
So we'll call it a taco and a biscuit.
I like it.
Somewhere in between there.
52 points for Tusculum. Groover, skip pass to Skinner.
Skip.
Skinner for three, no good. Rebound Belton. Oh, she is playing with some tenacity. Quick three up and good. Give that one to number 21, Aaliyah Miller out of Clarksville, Tennessee. And Vol State Community College. .90 seconds to go. 75-55. Hubert down low to Savage, double teamed, has it taken away by Miller. Out front, Marta Rodriguez. Over to Jasmine Williams, 3 in the corner. Belton, no good. Air ball to Groover. Also in the game, Sydney Wilson for Tusculum. Savage, top of the key. Inside a minute to go. Away to Amani on the right wing. Drives to the foul line. In the corner, Hubert. Oh, they're going to wave off the 3 from Hubert. There was a foul inside. Doggone it.
That's grand from Abby there.
Oh. Coming in for the Pioneers, Kirsten Click from Cincinnati. Final 40 seconds of the ball game. Rodriguez controlling for the Pioneers. Zips the pass, knocked away by Hubert out of bounds. And that will allow one more substitution for the Pioneers, and that will be Taylor Stibb, another Aussie from Melbourne.
Wow.
By way of the College of Southern Idaho.
Wow.
Rodriguez in the corner, 15 to shoot. Guarded by Groover. The pass in the corner. Shot clock at 6, 5, 4. Off balance left-handed shot, no good. But an offensive rebound. Rodriguez heaves it up, no good. In the final 15 seconds, Hubert brings it up for the Nighthawks. Amani will just dribble out the final seconds of this ball game. 75 to 55. The Nighthawks improved to 4-0 on the year. Tusculum drops their first game. They are 4-1. And congratulations to North Georgia for taking both games here in the UNG Nighthawk Classic.
It's going to be a win, I think, that comes back and helps us at the end, Craig. I think Tusculum's going to do some damage in the sack. It wasn't their best effort tonight, but you got to credit the Nighthawks there. It's going to be tough on a classic turnaround to come back and beat the home team on Saturday afternoon. And so I think that Tusculum's going to do some damage in that league.
Nighthawks again improved to 4-0 on the season. Defense in fine form today. They held the Pioneers to less than 12 points in 3 of the 4 quarters this afternoon.
Guarding people and being flexible on offense. That's what North Georgia does.
All right, we will step aside and striding across the court, ready to do the post game, Mr. Walker McCrary. A big thanks to everyone on the Nighthawk Sports Network team. Get your final score, North Georgia 75, Tusculum 55. Post game straight ahead. This is the Nighthawk Sports Network.
The UNG Bookstore is the one-stop shop where students can get anything they need for the classroom and fans can find everything they need to support the Nighthawks, from shirts and jackets to car decals and tailgating chairs. Gear up at the Nighthawks Nest with officially licensed UNG merchandise. Be sure to shop in store to find the item of the week. Visit our stores in Dahlonega, Gainesville, Oconee, and Cumming, or check us out online at ungbookstore.com. The UNG Bookstore is a proud sponsor of North Georgia Athletics.
Shop, play, and stay in Dahlonega, the heart of the North Georgia mountains.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself, the rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Back here in the UNG Convocation Center, a victorious UNG Convocation Center as North Georgia picks up a 75-55 win over Tusculum in the final game of the UNG Nighthawk Classic here in Dahlonega. Walker McCrary on the NSN Postgame Report. We're glad you've stuck with us as we take a look at the final box score. North Georgia shoots 52% from the floor, including 48% from distance. That's 10 of 21 from beyond the arc, led with two players at 19. Macy Gregg, a coming out party for her. She goes 8 of 10 from the stripe, 3 of 7 from distance to get to her 19. Julianne Sutton also with 19 points. Finished with 6 boards on the day. Abby Franklin, 18 points for the junior, and Kara Groover with 10 to lead the way for North Georgia. Kara Groover played over 37 minutes in this one, and it was a 10.8 rebound performance. Also 7 assists for Kara Groover. She was flirting with a triple-double in this one against Tusculum. North Georgia 18 assists on 27 made buckets on the night. They did turn the ball over 19 times, though. Going to have to straighten that up prior to next weekend when Carson Newman comes into the UNG into the UNG Convocation Center, rather. Mia Long for Tusculum, 17 points on 8 of 14 from distance. She finished with 5 boards. Casey Johnson, 11 points, and Sydney Wilson with 10. 13 turnovers for Tusculum. They had 4 assists on 19 made buckets. Just 3 of 16 from beyond the arc. That is where Tusculum really thrived yesterday against Georgia College. They were unable to shoot the ball well from beyond the arc today. North Georgia, 26 points in the paint and had 20 points off of turnovers. Had a 19-0 run that really put North Georgia out in front in this one. Again, 19-0 that bled from this first half into the second half. One last commercial break. We'll wrap things up here from Dahlonega. North Georgia winners 75-55 over Tusculum here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
It takes more than intelligence and talent to succeed in life. It takes grit and a commitment to excellence.
It takes the willingness to serve others and a cause greater than yourself.
It requires you to push boundaries,
ask difficult questions,
and understand the world around you.
It requires you to know your strengths
and weaknesses, and have the desire to make yourself better than you were yesterday.
It requires you to be independent, efficient, and tolerant.
Ultimately, it requires you to be a leader. At the University of North Georgia, we develop leaders.
Leaders who serve our country abroad to tackle the challenges of the world.
And leaders who serve at home to improve our way of life.
Leaders who never quit.
Leaders who lead by example and not exception.
Leaders who are tough, but fair.
Leaders who are relentless and passionate.
Leaders who solve problems and don't make excuses.
Leaders who do the right thing, even when no one's looking.
There's nothing average about the University of North Georgia and its Corps of Cadets.
If you've got what it takes, then bring it.
Hi, I'm Sonia McClain with Red Rooster Realty. Fall is right around the corner, and it doesn't get any prettier than this. Have you been thinking about buying in Georgia's Lake and Mountain Paradise? Give me a call at 770-480-4777.
Back with you here in Dahlonega, 75-55. North Georgia gets the win over Tusculum, improves to 4-0 on the day. Tusculum, a very good team, regionally ranked coming in to this one in the preseason poll. The new region rankings from D2 side come out on Monday. And of course, the national rankings coming out Tuesday. We'll see where North Georgia falls in that one. They were number 2 behind Anderson in the preseason poll. North Georgia has some pretty good wins to start the season. Well, next weekend, we will be right back here inside the UNG Convocation Center for the North Georgia Classic. 5:30 p.m. tip for the women as they take on Life University on Friday. And then the big one, doubleheader action on Saturday. North Georgia's women take on Carson Newman. The men have Tusculum. That'll start at 3:30. Myself and Craig Corbin will be here courtside to call all of that action for you here on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Again, a special thanks to our entire NSN crew on hand here this weekend. An exceptional job by all involved. And for Lee Glenn and Craig Corbin, I'm Walker McCreary signing off from courtside here at the UNG Convocation Center. Nighthawks 75, Pioneers 55. Your final from Dahlonega. We'll see you next week right back here on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Good night from Dahlonega.